Take for instance, I use the word subscribe. Okay, this is the word subscribe, and we said it is what? Canning is the space between two specific letters of alphabet. Okay, now look at this word now. Okay, look at in between this subscribe. Look at it. See the space in between, the space in between two specific characters or letters. So if I want to can this now, remember there are some typefaces that have poor canning. Take for instance, let me duplicate this one now. Okay, let me select another typeface called Harabara. Let's see. Now look at, have you seen this? This particular typeface, if you look at the canning is really poor. Okay, and it's not really good for long words. If you look at the space between this, look at here, the space between S and U, U and B, B and S. Then look at this one, R and I here, then I and B. Have you seen this place here? The canning there is poor compared to area here. Look at area. You can see that the space in between them, they are what? Equal. But for this one, the canning is poor. So always avoid all this kind of typefaces that has to do with this improper canning. Okay, so canning here is the space in between, for example, in between S here to the beginning of U to the beginning of B. This is what we mean by canning. So always avoid text or typefaces that has to do with what? Poor canning. Now let us look at tracking that is related to canning and also text. Okay, because canning and tracking, they work hand in hand. For you to be able to track, you must make sure you have what? Group of letters. Take for instance, let me still use this popular word, subscribe to this channel. Okay, let's assume this is what I want. I'll increase it. Hope you've seen it. Subscribe to this channel. Let's assume this is the text and I want to track. Okay, tracking applies to a group of letters. So for you to be able to track, okay, that means you want either to occupy space, to fill something, to fill a gap or space. Okay, so it has to do with what? Group of letters. So let's track. Now using CorelDRAW, this is CorelDRAW 2018 for the sake of this tutorial. Look at, even if you're using higher version, look at this place. Have you seen? You've known very well that these are all nodes selected. So if I use my shape tool, which is always the tool for tracking and the rest, okay, if you look at here now, look at this your left here. Have you seen this place? Look at this place here. Have you seen this small arrows here, this small stroke here? Look at your right hand side here. You have it here facing right. Have you seen? Look at it here. Have you seen? Good. Now let's track. Just like you said, it has to do with what? It has to do with group of letters. So if I want to track, I'll come to this one by my right, click and drag to the right. Have you seen? Have you seen? You cannot see that the space in between these letters now, they are stretching. That's why some designs you see they will do this kind of thing to apply tracking, either one to occupy space, etc. As you can see. Have you seen? So if you want to reduce the tracking, you can also reduce from here. So this is the place or the spot to use for tracking in CorelDRAW interface using the shape tool. So do well to practice and understand this tracking very well. Take for instance, I have a sentence, let's say subscribe to this channel to get valuable content every week of the month and other graphic related content. Let me break this. Okay, contents. Good. Now, as you can see, This is the text we are using, and you said leading has to do with what? The distance between multiple lines of text. Now, looking at this, if you look at this point here where we have the S and the T, have you seen the distance? Have you seen from T to E, then A to E? Have you seen then C to A? The distance, okay, is what makes it what? A good leading. Take for instance now, this environment, let's say this text, this thing I've written here, doesn't have good leading. How will I know? Take for instance, look at if I use my shape tool. Have you seen? If I want to adjust this now, I can just look at this left one. Remember, for our canning, our tracking rather, have you seen this place? Have you seen? This is where we use for tracking, but here for leading, we use this other left one here, as you can see. So if I increase this, let's assume I want to adjust the leading of this text. Have you seen the space from here to here, the distance is what is called leading. Now if I want to adjust this, I can also adjust this holding using my shape to then hold down and take up to adjust. So this is how leading works practically in this environment. So you use this left hand icon display here to adjust the leading of every text or any written word. Okay, looking at weight, we're talking about the thickness of a character, okay, that is relative to its height. So there are some typefaces that they come in different weight, and sometimes some are bold, some are light, some are thin, and the rest. So let's say I still type, let's say letter A. Have you seen this letter A? Let's see letter A. I'm going to duplicate it so that we'll see the different weight of these letters here. Okay, so I have three letter A's here. Now look at this one. Let me make this one to be bold. Okay, as you can see, look at the first one is very bold, very bold. So that is the weight of this particular typeface, bold. We also have another one that this one is normal. We have another one that might be thinner than even the other one. Okay, there are so many typefaces that have different weight. Take for instance, if I'm using Arial and inside Arial we have other fonts. Okay, if you don't understand what I mean by font and typeface, please do wait to watch that my video on typography in design. You understand? Look at, as you can see the display here. Have you seen? Let's assume I'm using this area bold italics. Have you seen? Have you seen the appearance? This is the weight of this typeface. If I want to change this, look at this one is in bold. Okay, if I want to take another one, let's assume I duplicate this A, then let's say I want to select another weight. As you can see, this one has to do regular. Have you seen? The appearance is not the same. You can see that the appearance is not the same. So this is what weight is all about. We have thin, we have regular, we have so many weight that has to do with different typefaces. Just like we've known the definition, you say is what uppercase characters are used at the beginning of sentences, etc. Okay, it can also be called what? Capitals. So let's assume you have a word like or let's say words like subscribe, subscribe, subscribe today. Let's assume this is what we want, and I'll now scale it. Subscribe today. As you can see, subscribe today. For me to change this now, let's assume I use small letters. Let me type it in small letters. Subscribe, subscribe today. Okay, and I want to change this to uppercase. I'll go to what? Text menu. Look at text menu. You see change case. Click on change case. Now look at this place. You've seen uppercase. Click on uppercase. And once you click on OK, it changes everything to what? Capital letter. That is uppercase for you. Talking about lowercase. Lowercase is like the opposite of uppercase. Take for instance, let's still use the same word. Subscribe, subscribe today. Okay, let me see, for more content. Okay, now this is it. subscribe today. Let me break it for more content. Now as you can see, these are what uppercase, just like the example we had before. But to convert this to lowercase, you know very well that lowercase are what they are non-capital letters that make up the rest of the text block. So let's go to our text menu, click on change case, click on lowercase. You can see that lowercase what they are smaller in appearance. Okay, they are smaller in appearance. So this is lowercase explanation. Okay, now looking at small caps. Okay, if you want to really express small caps are what uppercase characters that are what shorter than regular uppercase. Now assume a word like subscribe now. Let's assume a word like subscribe now. Let's leave it as small letters. Okay, let me use a typeface called Trajax. Typeface called Trajax. I think, yeah, Trajax. Looking at this now, you discover that they are what uppercase but shorter. Let me turn this one to smaller. Let's see lowercase. Uh, Lowercase. Now, as you can see, they appear like capital letter, but they are smaller than the usual cap blocks. Okay, so small caps are what uppercase characters. That's why they are what uppercase characters that are shorter than regular uppercase. So by default, the typeface here is already in capital, so you might think this is capital letter, but if you want to change this typeface, you discover that this is even in lowercase. So that is that.